Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're unraveling the insights from No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert A. Glover. Everyone likes the guy who volunteers to do the lawn, even when it's not his job. Men with nice guy syndrome are guilty of always striving to please other people, even when their help is discomforting. No More Mr. Nice Guy charts a course of recovery for all the nice guys who have been taken advantage of or are burning out from trying to please everyone. Dr. Robert Glover is a leading contributor to the nice guy syndrome discussion. His expertise in the field stemmed from his efforts to overcome the many frustrations accompanying love and life. He is certified in marriage and family therapy and has a doctorate in the same field. If you find our content valuable, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Don't be shy about dropping your book suggestions for us to summarize. Let's grow and succeed together. What is the Mr. Nice Guy syndrome? The priority of most nice guys is to look good and see that everything is done right. Their happiness is a function of how happy they make other people. Generally, nice guys avoid conflict with every fiber of their being and put themselves in dire situations to avoid getting on another's nerves. Of course, nice guys are calm and free-spirited and are often particular about pleasing the women in their lives. Nice guys think that always acting good, caring, and giving makes them rightly positioned to receive love, happiness, and fulfillment without mincing words. This belief system is at the very core of what Dr. Glover calls the nice guy syndrome. The nice guy syndrome represents a myth that if and when nice guys choose to be good, they become endeared to those around them, get what they want, and live a hitch-free life. If the mentioned traits are true of you, breaking free from the nice guy syndrome with insights from this piece would be a piece of cake. It is about time you stopped the hourglass of people-pleasing and started moving towards fulfillment in love and life. If you recognize yourself or anyone close to you in the Mr. Nice Guy niche, kindly go through the summary to the end for a practical and effective guide for breaking free from the harmful effects of this debilitating syndrome. Attributes of nice guys and how they are made. This tireless effort at appearing good usually involves trying to cascade certain realities about themselves, their faults, yearnings, and passions, and morphing into what they think others would love, giving, helpful, and calm. There is no mold cast for nice guys, but they all have a collection of similar attributes. These attributes are a product of ideologies developed during childhood that guide their lives. Nice guys are givers. They fix and take. They seek the approval of others. They want to avoid conflict, and they often feel compelled to hide their flaws and mistakes. They are in a class of people who always seek the right way to do things. Repression of feelings is their specialty, and they find it difficult to prioritize their needs. To recover from the nice guy syndrome, you can always reach a compromise rather than go from one extreme to another. The liberation process from the ineffectiveness of nice guy patterns should not necessarily involve becoming unis. Instead, it entails becoming integrated. Integrated men are those who can acknowledge what makes them uniquely male, their strengths, assertiveness, boldness, and passion, as well as their faults, Achilles' heels, and uncomely sides. Furthermore, the only likely trigger to cause a child or an adult to sacrifice his true self by morphing into a different personality is the ideology that being himself is probably a bad or dangerous poise. However, instead of trying something entirely different, the peculiarities of his life pattern keep him trying even harder, recycling similar efforts as before. Learning to please the people who matter. Nice guys consciously or unconsciously craft nearly every action to gain approval or avoid disapproval. They adopt this external validation mechanism in every relationship and social interaction, even from strangers and individuals they dislike. Some men internalize toxic shame and rationalize their need to become what others expect of them. Nice guys believe this chameleon-like mutability is necessary for them to be loved, have a problem-free life, and meet their needs. Due to the toxic shame, it becomes practically impossible for nice guys to accept the possibility of being liked for their unique attributes. They have an inherent belief that they are not good enough. The perfectionist nice guy is ignorant of this core belief, but it is nonetheless a governing ideology. Hence, they conclude that anyone close enough to discover their personality may find something similar they're not good enough. Doing things that make them feel valued, even in discomfort, comes off as a necessary element of a peaceful existence. Nice guys actively strive to be agreeable during almost all social interactions, but this habit of people-pleasing is most noticeable in their relationship with women. They hold a woman's validation in high esteem. Men must change their core patterns to recover from the nice guy syndrome. Instead of constantly seeking to please others and being careful to stay out of their bad book, nice guys need to start identifying what they want at times and giving more attention than anybody's expectations. A thorough overhaul of self-values is practical for improving one's self-belief. When a nice guy thinks little of himself, it will reflect how he treats himself and, consequently, how others treat him. In recovery, a nice guy must actively do good things for himself and key into his self-worth. For example, spending tangible periods alone is essential to recovery from the syndrome. Take care of your priorities. When a child's needs are protracted or not adequately or appropriately met, the child may come off with a belief system that earmarks having needs as being bad. This recurring pattern among nice guys is the product of childhood conditioning. Due to the survival mechanisms from childhood, nice guys often think it virtuous with little or no needs. But beneath the facade of needlessness, all nice guys are often in dire need, albeit suppressed. Consequently, nice guys are often unclear, indirect, controlling, and manipulative when trying to meet a need. Since getting their needs met easily is strange to them and at variance with their childhood ideologies and patterns, nice guys are skeptical and suspicious when it happens. It may be difficult for nice guys to understand and acknowledge how this concept has come to be. They are often scared of getting what they want and may go to great lengths to ensure they don't. Nice guys achieve this impressive feat by subconsciously gravitating toward needy or unavailable people and not being direct with their objectives. They also go into unprofitable and heavily lump-sided relationships, sometimes pushing people away and sabotaging the efforts of others to help them out of tight corners. A common way nice guys get their needs met using covert contracts is through caretaking. They believe their caretaking roles qualify them as loving and make them good people. But, in reality, caretaking has little or nothing to do with being good or loving. For example, nice guys may give gifts, surprises, back rubs, sex, and affection because they want such to be reciprocated. They will mentally condition their partner to take a day off, take a trip, buy a new outfit, go to the doctor, quit a job, or go back to school, yet would not permit themselves the same privilege. Reclaim your power and masculinity. Nice guys are wimps. And calling them wimps may not be a very nice thing to say, but it's the reality. They tend to be weak in outlook and are often at the receiving end of victimization in their interactions. Their life patterns and childhood survival mechanisms require them to sacrifice their power. Despite the continual efforts of nice guys to create a seamless, problem-free life, two major factors often prevent them from actualizing this goal. Firstly, the effort seems impossible to achieve for them. Life is far from smooth, even for the not-so-nice guys. Human existence is, by its very nature, chaotic. Life is full of unpredictable circumstances that are often beyond anyone's control. There is no key to a seamless life. Striving to qualify as good or doing everything right doesn't absolve nice guys from life's quintessential chaos and fluid realities. After all, life isn't a walk in the park. It's a sprint through a minefield. Many nice guys find connection with other men difficult because of the scarcity of male model figures extending from childhood. Due to the lack of a positive bond with their father, these men could not learn the skills required to build productive relationships with other men. So far, the disconnection of nice guys from other men or a belief in being different from other men persists. They automatically deny themselves the benefits of male companionship and membership in a masculine community. Due to their filial and social conditioning, nice guys are more likely to seek the approval of women over that of men. So, connecting with other men is essential to reclaiming masculinity, and building such relationships requires conscious effort. Hence, recovering nice guys are expected to willingly make time, take risks, and adapt to vulnerability. The lack of free time seems to be a limiting factor that keeps many nice guys from connecting with other men. Since many nice guys are preoccupied with their work, wives, and families, they must sacrifice some of these to call a friend, go golfing, talk with a neighbor, or attend a ball game. Get a fulfilling love life and relationship. Nice guys usually have it hard concerning intimate relationships. Like anyone, they crave happiness and intimacy with their significant other. Nevertheless, intimacy is elusive for many men in this category. Intimacy, by its nature, would necessitate the nice guy to do a thorough self-assessment and become vulnerable enough to permit others to understand their true personality. Intimacy would require the nice guy to get vulnerable with that special someone and grant them access to the core of their very being. This idea stupefies nice guys because being known that well implies being found out. All nice guys have spent sizable portions of their lives building what they perceive others expect them to be while craftily hiding away the slightest flaws. A demand for intimacy embodies the greatest fears of nice guys. It is commonplace for humans to get attracted to familiar things. For this reason, nice guys create adult relationships that are a facsimile of their dysfunctional childhood relationships. For example, if helping out his mother in the kitchen as a child created a sense of connection for a nice guy, he may ascribe such behavior to intimacy in adulthood. To feel valuable, he will likely search for a partner with quite some personal challenges to tackle. No relationship qualifies as perfect. Neither do perfect partners exist. Here's an interesting irony. Nice guys would give a limb to have a seamless and glitch-free relationship, however impossible. The very purpose of recovery from the nice guy syndrome is to commit to living life according to one's terms, which is the only route to a healthy relationship. No one would outrightly acknowledge being prosthetic or secretive to get another to cozy up with them. Nonetheless, it remains a typical pattern in the intimate relationships of nice guys. A satisfying and fulfilling sex life can be yours. Most nice guys helplessly relapse to toxic shame, abandonment experiences, and dysfunctional survival mechanisms when it comes to issues of sexuality. It would not be an error to say that nice guys commonly have significant problems in their sex life. The sexual issues of nice guys stem from several shoots. However, the most common are sexual dysfunction, not getting enough sex, compulsive sexual behaviors, and having to settle for less than satisfying sex. Add all these problems together, and you have many sexually dissatisfied men on your hands. Nice guys don't have much sex or don't have much good sex. Though most nice guys quickly blame the problem on external entities, the opposite often turns out to be the truth. Nice guys themselves are usually the masterminds behind their subnormal sex lives. The nice guy's partner sometimes feels culpable, but it is seldom their fault. It's just that very little about the persona of nice guys lights a spark or turns on a prospective partner. In reiteration, nice guys prevent themselves from enjoying the wholesome sex they desire by doing the exact opposite of what works. Internalized shame and fear are two of the most significant barriers to a satisfying sex life. But before throwing sexual shame overboard, it is necessary to conscript the help of accepting and liberal-minded people. Overcoming sexual shame is no job for the nice guy alone. Help is essential. To spurn sexual shame and fear, a recovering nice guy must expose all aspects of his sexual self to safe, supportive people. Such revelations drive the nice guy to let go of his shame and fear. Furthermore, his emotions are lightened up from the heaviness of keeping those secrets all along. Just as we find in nature, no aphrodisiac works better than self-confidence. As recovering nice guys begin to get comfortable living in their skin, they automatically become more attractive to potential partners. Self-respect, integrity, and courage look good on any man. As recovering nice guys choose and follow their self-crafted trajectory in life, people around them respond accordingly. Did you know? A 2008 study at New Mexico State University in Las Cruces showed that nice guys report having significantly fewer sexual partners than bad boys. Work towards your passion and purpose in your career, work, and life. Since nice guys are particular about seeking approval, playing it safe, hiding their flaws, and doing the opposite of what works, it's not surprising that many live far below their potential. Unfulfilled lives are the greatest blight caused by the nice guy syndrome. Countless talented and intelligent men wasting their lives and wallowing in the mire of mediocrity. Fear is another common factor that poses a major problem for nice guys. It governs a nice guy's every action and decision. The essence of life is evolution and change. And for a natural and complete progression of this process in any individual, they must be willing to let go of control. When recovering nice guys let go, they permit the lucky and beautiful chaos of creation to take its course. The inevitable product is a dynamic, rich, and fulfilling life. Nice guys are primarily satisfied with looking just good enough. But to be outstanding, to rise above the lot, invites so much unwanted attention and inquisition. The floodlights of success tend to illuminate the self-perceived flaws and cracks of nice guys. Developing a healthy view of self and the world and how the two relate allows one to begin a full and free internalization of the universe's abundance, whether in the form of money or love. Sometimes it manifests as a fulfilling sex life or the bright lights of fame. And in some instances, it encompasses all of the above. Nice guys think that a series of mold-cast rules govern the universe. They believe deciphering these rules and strictly following through on them would make a seamless and happy life. They also think dire punishment is impending for those who fail to discern and keep to rules. Discovering one's passion and purpose requires understanding what works and what doesn't. Conclusion. Nice guys generally have multiple attributes in common. It is peculiar for nice guys to live condescending lives, constantly adjusting their personalities and activities to fit the requirements of people around them. By far, nice guys are the perfect specimens and victims of narcissism. In a bid to make everyone around them happy, nice guys tend to achieve the contrary in most cases and end up worn out, discouraged, and feeling inadequate. In reality, they need to live life to its fullest by putting themselves first. Afterward, they can list a few select people to whom they may pledge their pleasing allegiance. Contrary to the remaining not-so-nice populace, nice guys find it difficult to put themselves first. This trait is so bad that they often refuse favors and help, even though such an offer would have improved their life considerably. Recovery from this overly unselfish poise entails the nice guy taking care of his priorities before others. Nice guys must overcome whatever dysfunctional molds that might have shaped their personalities since childhood. Recovery necessitates nice guys to appreciate and put forth their unique traits without fear or shame. Doing this will help them reclaim their masculinity and power. Try this. Going through this summary is a step in the right direction for nice guys. However, for maximum impact, take the following steps. Identify a safe person or group to help you on your journey of recovery from the nice guy syndrome. If you are in a relationship, suggest that your partner also review this summary. Deliberate on the insights you have discovered about yourself with your partner. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you've enjoyed our summary, consider reading the full book for a more in-depth exploration. Before you go, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing.